Hey guys, just got back from the Restore near me in Fredericksburg, Virginia, and didn't have too much there. They did have a lot of LED candle-shaped bulbs in contractor packs, which I think I might go back and get. The pack was like a pack of 20 of them for $10. That's dirt cheap. I'm surprised I didn't even pick them up. I was just too busy um, checking out other things. But I did get this Wallpack. It's a high pressure sodium. The bulb that's in it is a 70 watt. I haven't tested this fixture out yet. The bulb looks like it. I'm sure it'll work. It doesn't look that old. Could be wrong though. I don't think there's any markings on here. Let's see. There is some etching. It's a Philips 70 watt HPS. I can't get the date code off of there. Yeah, I can't find it, but it is a Philips. Philips bulbs tend to be better than the cheap ones you can buy online. Philips or GE, older bulbs like these, the Lookalocks or whatever. Sylvania bulbs are pretty good. But the other ones I've noticed, can't remember the brands, but there's a bunch of them on Amazon. And they work, but I noticed that the arc tube gets pretty black. See, this is black, but it's not like horrible. And this bulb, like I said, is probably pretty old. But some of the, like I said, the newer ones from Amazon, they work. I bought a few of them, but after I checked the bulb, after like let's say 5-6 months, the arc tube was very, very black on the top and the bottom, in the same spots that this one is at, but it was like dark black. And when I checked my GE bulb, bought them both at the same time, that bulb is pretty much crystal clear as far as the tube goes. So there's a difference between the brands for sure. As far as the lumen output goes, I don't have a lumen meter, but I do have a lux meter, which I'll show you in a minute. And when I check the lux between the two bulbs, the lux is identical. So I guess the blackening of the tube doesn't really mean anything. But anyway, back to this fixture. I got it in the Restore in Fredericksburg, Virginia. It has a plastic lens. It's pretty yellow. So I think the reason why this is yellow is because it's a smaller fixture. You can see the bulb sits pretty close to the plastic, and the heat from the bulb yellowed it. I actually have other wall packs out here. I'll show you. You've seen them on my previous videos, but I do have this wall pack that I bought on eBay brand new. I have 3 of them. That's a 50 watt. I know it's made by an American company, and it's old stock. Oh, excuse me. But it's old stock, and it was made in the 90s. And the plastic lens on it is twice the size of the other one. So I have a feeling that this lens is probably not going to yellow as bad as the fixture that I'm just showing you right now. Come on, Zeke, get in here. I have to keep the dog in the barn. Otherwise, the horse chases him. So this is a 70 watt fixture, like I said. It is made by Hubble. Here's the specs on it. I can't find a date code on here. I don't know when this was made. But it's really heavy. The ballast on this one is extremely heavy compared to the 50 watt wall pack that was outside that I just showed you. I would say this thing is probably twice the weight, which is interesting. I'm not sure what the weight has to do with anything. But yeah, so everything works on it. Nothing is broken. Well, I said as far as the fixture goes, nothing is broken. So let me wire this up really quick. So let me put down my phone. If I can get this right. There we go. So let me wire this fixture up. I do have a little cord that I use to test everything. Let me find some wire nuts. So I got a few other light fixtures in the restore, and an interesting story is I didn't realize that there's people out there who are this nasty. Well, I guess I knew that they were always out there, but I've never encountered them before. The other fixtures that I'll show you when I'm done with this, they're like lantern type fixtures meant for like gates and stuff like that, and they were beautiful. They have, really thick glass globes, kind of a bronze coloring on the metal. You don't find anything like that in Lowe's or Home Depot anymore. And when I had them in my hand, and this elderly lady, probably in her mid-60s, 70s, approaches me, and I saw her husband, in the light section at the same time I walked in there, and she starts talking to me, and she's like, "Oh, do you bad wire nut? Do you know how to light up wire fixtures? Are you good at this kind of stuff?" And I said, "Yeah," and I started talking to her about everything. And then this African guy, he's actually from Africa, heard the conversation, and he interrupted, and he asked if I can give him advice for a chandelier that he was looking at, because he wanted to, I guess, ship it to Africa, and he wanted to know if it would work with 220 volts. So as I was talking to him, I only walked like 5 feet away. I put down the lanterns that I was looking at, and I was looking at these things for like 15 minutes. So I walked away for just like 2 minutes to talk to him and see what kind of fixture he was talking about. And that elderly lady and her elderly husband, they put those light fixtures in their cart. And I was pissed. I told her husband, I was like, "Hey, I was just talking to her. She walked up to me. She saw that I had them in my hand, and I was texting my mom the pictures of them. And my girlfriend was there too, and she was interacting with both of us. And that's extremely rude, in my opinion, for them to just snatch them up like that. But I guess that's what people do in these thrift stores. And when I confronted her husband about that, he said he had no idea. "Oh, here, take them." But he was kind of being a smart ass about it. So I called the guy an asshole, and I said, "Forget about it. I don't want to, take the fixtures. You can have them," because I just didn't want to deal with that shit. So I walked off, and my girlfriend shows up, and she asked me, "Where's the fixtures?" And I said those old people over there snatched them up when I was interrupted by this other gentleman asking me a question. And man, she blew up, and she went halfway across the store to go find those people. And I could hear her screaming in the store. I guess my girlfriend was kind of acting like a Karen right there. But she grabbed those fixtures out of their cart and brought them back. So I guess you got to watch your back in these thrift stores. So anyway, the fixture is hooked up. Let me screw the bulb in here. Hopefully this works. I did only get it for $5, so $5 for a 70-watt wall pack. You cannot beat that. So here we go. Moment of truth. And it works. Voila. I will put the lens cover back on. Let me turn the shop lights off. So, here we go. Wow, $5, you can't beat that. And you can tell this light, the bulb definitely has a lot of life left in it. Usually when these bulbs start to get old, they kind of turn pinkish red color. And when they first turn on, they don't immediately go orange or yellow. They kind of stay white for like a minute, and then they slowly turn color. When they turn white like that and for a long time, the bulb is pretty much gone. So, especially with the red pinkish color. So that's one way you can tell that the bulb has lost a lot of its light output. So let me take the lens cover off. The hum on this thing is very quiet. You know, I think the ballast might be one of those sealed ballasts with the oil inside of them, maybe. That's probably why it's so quiet. It's probably why it's so heavy as well. So it's definitely getting brighter. It's kind of what it looks like to me. I had to turn the brightness up on my phone. And it's lighting this garage up pretty well. Let me tilt it up so we can get that reflector action going. So yeah, there's my $5 70 watt Wallpack in the Restore. It probably is going to get brighter because it takes about 5 minutes for these things to warm up all the way. But yeah, I actually needed this fixture because the 3 that I bought on eBay, I moved 2 of them from my kennel. I'm actually turning the kennel into something else. It was a kennel before I bought this place. And I moved them to the barn, and the kennel area is pretty dark now. And the wires are kind of sticking out of the wall outside right now. Power's off, of course, but I needed another Wallpack, and this just saved me probably $50 versus buying those other ones on eBay. So, off to the new fixtures, the ones I was talking about. These are the globes that I got, and look at that. That is beautiful. I don't have the bulbs to test these right now. They're actually the bulbs that, I believe they're the smaller sockets. The bulbs that I was talking about in the contractor pack, so that's why I probably should have bought them. But this is a beautiful fixture. Solid glass. And, I mean, look at that. Sorry for the shaky camera. But that's why those people snatched them from me. And you know what's interesting about that is when I was telling this story to the cashier at the Restore, she was telling me, oh, that's weird because I see them in here all the time. So they are definitely thrifters. And she said that these fixtures have been there for like a month or so, and they've been passing them up every time they're there. So suddenly they snatch them when I wanted them. It's a little weird. So, yeah, solid glass. It is some kind of aluminum. It's definitely not steel. The only problems with this fixture is, I don't know how old it is, but you can see the metal is cracking. And it might actually be iron, but it doesn't feel like it, but it could be iron. And the metal is cracking. Maybe it is iron. I don't think aluminum would crack like that, but I don't know if there's an iron bar on the inside of this, and this is just the outside cracking. But I think I might take my welder to it. I got to put a magnet to it to see if it's iron or not. But here's the information in the back of it. It is made in China. I don't know who made the fixture, though. So I have no idea how old it is and who made it. There is no information as far as that goes, but you definitely do not find glass globes like this in Walmart anymore, or Lowe's, or Home Depot. I actually bought, excuse me, trying to put this down in the box safely. Here's the other one. So it did come in a pair. And there's no information on here, but there is a hole for a dust to dawn sensor right there. But I did just buy these recently in Lowe's for $100 a pop. Similar style, but man, they're junk, absolute junk. They look good, but the glass on them, I went through 6 of these things, and I had to actually open up all the boxes in Lowe's and take out the glass pieces that weren't broken and combine them into one, because that's how bad it was. So $100 for those. Spent $200 on them for 2. Put them on my gate posts. And I'm thinking of returning those, getting my $200 back, and putting these on there. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think these look too old person-y look? Maybe too old? Or do you think the other ones are better looking? So that versus the other ones. I'm not sure. The other ones are definitely bigger. I think the other ones are better looking, these over here. And they will definitely mount on the posts. The posts are 6x6s, so I don't have a measuring tape on me, but I don't think these might actually stick out a little bit on a 6x6 as far as the backing goes. Let's see. Yeah, this is probably wider than 6 inches. Just a little bit, not that much. I could probably seal that with foam or something. But yeah, so that's basically kind of what it would look like at my gate. What do you guys think? Should I use these? Should I sell them? Because I'm pretty sure I could get a couple $100 for them. Or do you think I should return the other ones and get my $200 back? Either way, I will make money. I'm thinking of returning the other ones, to be honest. So, yeah. So here's the Wallpack again. Sorry for the long video. Sorry for the huffing and puffing. I just finished cutting, God, like 6 wheelbarrows of firewood because the next 4 or 5 days are going to be in the 20s over here. So I'm sweating, and yeah. So thanks for watching, and you guys have a great day or night, depending on where you are.